Regarding the second part of your question, also, why don't white South Africans do anything about white foreign nationals? Well, excuse me, we're not in government. That's not our job. Secondly, white foreign nationals are our brothers. We love them. They're our racial kin. Maybe you should learn to love your brothers the way we love ours. Just a thought. With regards to my racial kin from Europe coming to this country, I hope more of them come. I hope this answers your question.
Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about some of the contradictions and the hypocrisy surrounding the foreigner phenomenon in South Africa. I want you to keep in mind that the arguments I'm going to present to you today have only manifested based on the fact that Black South Africa has provided the material for these arguments to be produced through their own behavior. Let's get into it. So as a white South African that has grown up in the new South Africa and was educated in the new South Africa by this government, I, like a lot of you, have been told about a few key words and concepts. It's in fact been drilled into our minds relentlessly. Let's look at some of them. So the first one is equality. Now, I made a video not too long ago that went viral, and I got a lot of pushback from South Africans because, you see, I said that I don't have a problem with Europeans immigrating to this country. They're my racial kin and I love them, and they should come to this country. And Black South Africa pushed back and said to me, well, you know, there's a difference because, you see, Europeans come to this country with papers, they don't commit crime, they bring money, all of these things, right? Which is true. Now, I was taught about equality, and that means that we're all equal and the behavior of people is equal. So I was under the impression that that is your experience when your brothers immigrate to this country. But then I was educated by a lot of people in my comment section, as well as my private DMs, where they were telling me that their African brothers that come to this country commit crime, they sell drugs, they come here without papers, and so forth. Now, there is a clear contradiction here, right? Because where is the equality? Where is the equal behavior? If what you say is true, then clearly the government has lied to me and to you regarding equality. Secondly, I was told that inclusion is good. I was told that diversity is our strength. I was told that unity is important. Now, I was also told that apartheid is bad. I was told that white South Africans under apartheid were not very inclusive, you see, and that made them bad people. And Black South Africa supported that concept. I was told that diversity is good and that white South Africans were evil under apartheid for not wanting diversity. I was told that unity is good, right? Yet, isn't it funny that Black South Africans today don't feel the same way they did in the 70s and the 80s? They don't believe in diversity because if they did, why are they so hostile towards their foreign brothers? Interesting. Now, here's the big one. Apartheid. So I was taught that being apart is bad. Being together is good. You see, and Black South Africans said exactly the same thing in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. Yet today, they seem to love the concept of apartheid. Interesting how that works. So what it looks like to me is Black South Africa hates apartheid when white people want to be separated from them, but embraces apartheid when they want to separate from their own brothers. Interesting how that works. Very inconsistent behavior. Then we get bombarded with a word called unity. What a laughable idea. So let me get this straight. You want to convince a rational person that somehow unity across racial lines is possible, yet there is no unity amongst your own race. So you have no unity with the foreigners, but you want to convince me and other Europeans that unity is possible between Africans and Europeans. So my issue is not what position you hold. Whether you're for the foreigners or against the foreigners, that doesn't matter to me. What's important is that your actions match the language. You cannot sit here and say that you want equality and you believe in inclusion and diversity and unity and that apartheid is bad, whilst at the same time doing exactly the opposite. At least have the courage then to say, you know what, equality is a lie. There is no such thing as equality. People are different. Have the courage to say that inclusion is not always a good thing, and that diversity is not always a good thing, and that unity is not always possible. Have the courage to say that apartheid is not necessarily a bad thing. You cannot say one thing and do another thing.
So what this white South African is trying to say, the message he's trying to transfer to the black South Africans is that they are hypocrites, because the same thing that they spoke against is the same thing they are practicing towards their brothers and sisters from the African continent, and they are doing even worse than that. They spoke against apartheid during the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. But what are we seeing today? They are exercising or practicing apartheid towards their own African brothers and sisters, and even doing it worse. They spoke against separation when white South Africans wanted to separate from the black people because the black people were not citizens. In 1993, they were not citizens. They were only considered as citizens and offered a document. In 1994, they just became citizens in 1994. They all migrated from Central Africa. The original inhabitants of the Southern Africa are the Khoisans. That is the only people that the white South Africans considered as indigenous to the Southern Africa. But these people, the black South Africans we see today, they all migrated from Central Africa to the southern part of Africa. And after 1994, they were considered as citizens. But this is the situation whereby their African brothers and sisters are coming to South Africa to seek for greener pastures. And they are murdering them. They are beating them up. They are chasing them away. They are exercising or practicing apartheid towards them. The same thing they spoke against. So this intelligent white South Africans is trying to tell black South Africans that they are not good people in all. That is the phrase, that is the sentence, that is the message he's trying to transfer. He's trying to send to them that you guys are not good people. Your behavior is not accepted. There is no humanity in your behavior, because apartheid is not good when it is done by white South Africans, but apartheid is good when it is done by you guys, and you are doing it even worse. And he is also trying to tell them that he is a white person. He loves white people. He will never reject his own race. But this is the situation whereby black South Africans are rejecting their own race. So how can you love the European but hate your own African, your own fellow black person? He is trying to tell them that you want to unite with the European, but you don't want to unite with your own African brothers and sisters. That is insane. That is crazy. This is a clear message that he's sending to black South Africans that they should watch out, because it is not over. They are going to take back their land. It is indirect message that this intelligent white South Africa is trying to send across to the black South Africans that this is our land. We created it. We built it. We own the economy. Everything belongs to us. You were accepted as strangers. And you were not feeling good because we were trying to set you apart. We were trying to push you away. And you complain about it. And even those, your brothers and sisters from the African continent that you are trying to send them away from South Africa, they spoke for you. They fought for you. They play a major role for you to be accepted and end apartheid. But today, it is a foreigner fighting a foreigner. This guy is trying to send a clear message. But because of how they think, I think they will not get the message clear. They will not understand. But someone like me from West Africa, someone like me from Ghana, I get the message clear. They are going to take back their country because black South Africans have proved to them that they are inhuman. That is the message. It is a clear message. So Africa, watch out. Something is about to happen in South Africa, either later or sooner. And we will all witness it with our eyes. A word to the wise, it is enough. Like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. I will meet you in my next video. My name remains Don Cyrus. Please subscribe. Stay awesome.